So let's talk about anxiety. Anxiety's bandied about a lot, but what does it actually mean? Does it mean you're just nervous all the time? How does it manifest in your life? And I've been having a lot of conversations with friends about this recently. And we've been talking about how maybe we're not anxious in some situations, but anxious in other situations. So, for example, the other night, I decided to join a new group and I really wanted to go and I was looking forward to it. And then as the time got nearer, I could just sort of feel like, my heart was beating a little bit fast and my thoughts weren't as clear and I felt a bit cloudy and then realised I was nervous. And I went to the group and it was great. I had a really great time. But when I got back, I could still feel that feeling in my body. And I'm not someone who methylates well. So that means if there's adrenaline, cortisol, other hormones in my system which can be provoked in times of anxiety, it stays in my body for longer. And this is despite I've actually been very regular with my methylated Bs in the last week or so. Maybe not so much with my adaptogens, but yeah. So basically, going to this group for 2 hours essentially caused me about another 3 hours of stress on top of those 2 hours. And it's not that I'm going to stop doing it. The first time doing something new is always tricky. I was telling my friend last night over dinner, I've booked things before, classes, groups, and then as the time gets nearer, I'm just not feeling robust enough to go on my own and have to wear that social mask. So I don't go. And my friend was like, well, I don't even book things because I know I'm not going to go because I'd be too nervous. And then my other friend told me about their anxiety story around travel and how that can cause a lot of stress. And then another good friend of mine, she sort of presents a lot like I do, where she seems quite confident and quite bubbly and quite engaging. And she's all those things. But she also was starting a new course and was very nervous about that. And it just made me think maybe we all have these things and we just don't talk about them. And I had to say to somebody this week that a situation that's been going on has been causing me a lot of anxiety. It's not manifested in my sleep, but it's manifested in my other interactions. And something needs to change because I'm not wanting that in my life. Of course, there will always be things that crop up, and often the most unexpected things can cause the most anxiety. But I think for me, I'm at that stage of my life now where looking after my mental health is really important. And I'm willing to say no to certain things if I know it's not good for my mental health. And I think it's exciting. I used to be very embarrassed to talk about my vulnerabilities. I used to think because I'm a doctor, because I help other people, I need to be presenting like I've got everything sorted out. And, the funny thing is I can do my job under all sorts of emotional and mental stress. But it's not good for me. And that means in the long run, it's not good for patients. So, if you felt like sharing your own vulnerabilities and stresses, I'd be really interested to hear about that either online or when I see you in person. And I hope this video just helps someone think about where is anxiety or stress manifesting in their life and what can they do to try and minimize it in some way. Hope that's helpful.